Welcome to our channel. Today we're exploring the dark side of the Netherlands and Belgium. We'll meet some of the most dangerous criminals these countries have ever seen. People who spread fear and violence everywhere they went. Okay, let's talk about Ridouan Taghi. Known as the Architect of Terror, Taghi is a name that sends chills down the spines of many. His reputation precedes him, and for good reason. Even tough criminals are afraid of Taghi. His influence and reach are so vast that even the most hardened criminals shudder at the mere mention of his name. His ability to instill fear is unparalleled. He's not someone you'd want to meet anywhere. Whether it's a dark alleyway or a crowded street, the presence of Taghi is enough to make anyone uneasy. His aura of menace is ever present. For years he was the most wanted criminal in the Netherlands. His face was plastered on wanted posters and news headlines, making him a household name for all the wrong reasons. Taghi ran a huge criminal empire. His operations were vast and complex, involving numerous illegal activities that spanned continents. From drug trafficking to organized crime, his empire was a well-oiled machine. He controlled drug smuggling, extortion, and hired killers all over the world. His network was intricate, with connections in various countries, making him a formidable adversary for law enforcement agencies. He was like a ghost, hiding in the shadows. Elusive and cunning, Taghi managed to evade capture for years, always staying one step ahead of the authorities. People only whispered his name. The fear he instilled was so profound that even mentioning his name out loud was considered dangerous. His reputation was built on secrecy and terror. He was known for being cruel, hard to catch, and not caring about human life. His ruthlessness knew no bounds, and his lack of empathy made him one of the most dangerous criminals of our time. His trial was a huge event, with lots of security and tension. The courtroom was heavily guarded, and the atmosphere was charged with anxiety as the world watched the proceedings unfold. In 2024, Taghi was sent to prison for life. His capture and sentencing marked the end of an era of terror, but the scars he left behind remain. He represents a new kind of criminal, one who does whatever they want and shows no mercy. Taghi's legacy is a stark reminder of the lengths to which some will go to achieve power and control. If Ridouan Taghi was the brains, Naoufal Fassih, also known as Bol or Naoufal, was the muscle. He was the enforcer, the one who made sure that the plans hatched by Taghi were executed with precision and brutality. His reputation was built on fear and respect, a combination that made him both a valuable asset and a dangerous adversary. Fassih was important in the Mocro Maffia, a group of Moroccan-Dutch criminals. This organization was notorious for its involvement in various illegal activities, ranging from drug trafficking to violent crimes. Fassih's role was crucial. He was the one who ensured that the group's operations ran smoothly and that any obstacles were swiftly dealt with. He was smart, commanded respect, and was very ruthless. His intelligence allowed him to navigate the complex world of organized crime, while his ruthlessness ensured that he was feared by both his enemies and his allies. Fassih's ability to command respect was not just due to his physical prowess but also his strategic mind. Fassih was deep in the criminal world. He was not just a participant but a key player deeply embedded in the network of illegal activities that spanned across countries. His involvement was not limited to one type of crime. He was a jack of all trades in the underworld. He was involved in drug smuggling, money laundering, and many violent crimes. These activities were not just side hustles, they were his mainstay, the very foundation of his criminal empire. Each crime added another layer to his already formidable reputation. He was like a phantom, always disappearing and reappearing, escaping the police. His ability to evade capture was legendary, making him a ghostly figure in the eyes of law enforcement. This elusive nature only added to his mystique and made him a subject of numerous police investigations. There's a story about Fassih escaping a police raid at a fancy hotel in Amsterdam. This incident became part of his legend, a testament to his cunning and resourcefulness. The police had thought they had him cornered, but Fassih had other plans. He supposedly left through a back door, leaving money and surprised police officers behind. This daring escape was just one of many that showcased his ability to outsmart law enforcement. The abandoned money was a small price to pay for his freedom. When police finally caught Fassih in Dublin, Ireland in 2016, it was a big win. His capture marked the end of a long and arduous chase, a significant victory for law enforcement. Fassih's arrest was not just the fall of a criminal but the dismantling of a key figure in the Mocro Maffia. Gwenette Martha. That name is well known in the criminal world. Martha grew up in the Amsterdam underworld. He went from having nothing to being a powerful drug lord. He built his empire on cocaine, sending huge amounts across the world. Martha lived a big flashy life. He loved fast cars, expensive jewelry, and beautiful women. But this lifestyle made him a target. Other criminals were jealous and wanted him gone. In 2014, Martha was shot and killed outside a cafe in Amsterdam. His death, a public execution, showed how brutal the drug trade is. Chapter 4. Najib Boubou, The Price of Loyalty. Najib Boubou, also called Bo, was Gwenette Martha's close friend. They grew up in the Amsterdam underworld together. Boubou was loyal, smart, and got things done. He was important to Martha's drug business, taking care of logistics and security. But loyalty can be dangerous. In 2012, he was shot and killed in Antwerp, Belgium, caught in a gang war. His death was a turning point in the growing violence between Dutch and Belgian criminals. One day you're on top, the next you're dead. Chapter 5. Benouf Adawi, A Life Lived on the Edge. Benouf Adawi, or Ben, was a powerful figure. He quickly became important in the Mocro Maffia. His name meant violence and fear. He was involved in drugs, extortion, and many violent crimes across the Netherlands. Adawi lived a life of extremes. He loved expensive things like fast cars and designer clothes. But Adawi was hiding a secret. He was a wanted man, always running from the law. In 2014, police caught Adawi in Panama after years of searching. His capture ended an era, but his story is still both fascinating and scary. Chapter 6. Hussein, 8 Susan, the Loyal Lieutenant. Hussein 8 Susan, called Hose, was Benouf Adawi's close friend. Susan was very loyal, street smart, and would do anything to protect his friend and their business. He was key to Adawi's success, involved in everything they did. Susan was a hidden figure, rarely seen or photographed. He liked working in the shadows, controlling things behind the scenes. But even though he was hidden, Susan was wanted by the police. In 2016, they caught him in Morocco after years of searching. This was a big win for law enforcement. Chapter 7. Othman El Baluti. El Baluti was a true international criminal. He built his empire on cocaine, and his power reached from Amsterdam to Dubai. He was a good businessman, able to move tons of drugs across the world, and he lived a very expensive life. El Baluti was living the dream, at least a criminal's dream. He had fancy homes in Dubai, drove expensive cars, and was always with beautiful women. But El Baluti's empire wouldn't last. In 2021, police arrested him in Dubai after a long investigation. His arrest shocked the criminal world, showing that no one is above the law. Chapter 8. Nordin El Hadjoui, the flashy face of cocaine. Nordin El Hadjoui, known as Fat Norden of the Dam, was a complicated person. He was a powerful drug lord in Antwerp, but he also loved attention and being flashy. He loved luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and being the center of attention. El Hadjoui was good at manipulating people, using his charm to get what he wanted. In 2019, police arrested him in Morocco. This was a big win for law enforcement and showed that they were closing in on the Mocro Maffia. Chapter 9. Samir Bouyakrichan, the global drug lord. Samir Bouyakrichan, or Scarface, was a true ghost. His operations were so clandestine that even seasoned law enforcement officers found it nearly impossible to track him. He hid in the shadows, his name whispered quietly, his face almost never seen. His reputation was built on fear and mystery, making him a figure of legend in the underworld. Bouyakrichan was a global criminal, moving huge amounts of drugs between continents from South America to Europe. His network was vast, involving countless intermediaries and complex logistics. He was a master of moving things, able to ship tons of cocaine with just one phone call. His influence extended to corrupt officials and insiders who facilitated his operations. He was the hidden force in the global drug trade. His power felt everywhere in the criminal world. From the slums of South America to the nightclubs of Europe, his reach was unparalleled. In 2018, Bouyakrichan's luck ran out. After years of evading capture, his network began to unravel due to increased international cooperation among law enforcement agencies. Police arrested him in Spain after a long international investigation. The operation was a coordinated effort involving multiple countries and agencies, showcasing the power of global collaboration. His arrest was a huge blow to the global drug trade, showing that even the most hidden criminals can be caught. It sent shockwaves through the underworld, proving that no one is untouchable. Bouyakrichan's trial was highly publicized, drawing attention to the extensive reach of his criminal empire. His conviction marked a significant victory in the fight against global drug trafficking. Chapter 10. Saïd Razzouki, the loyal right hand. Saïd Razzouki, called the Bald One, was Ridouan Taghi's closest partner. He worked in the shadows, making sure their criminal empire ran smoothly. Razzouki didn't talk much, but his actions were powerful. He was very loyal, ruthless, and always got things done. He made sure Taghi's orders were followed, no matter what. Razzouki was like a ghost, moving silently through the criminal world, leaving chaos and violence behind him. For years, Razzouki was on the run, moving between countries, always looking over his shoulder. But in 2020 he was caught. Police arrested him in Colombia. Thanks for watching. We've explored the dark side of crime in the Netherlands and Belgium, looking at the lives of 10 men who changed these countries. Their stories show how tempting power can be, how greed can destroy, and how damaging violence is. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.